Yo, so here we go. This video, there's a lot of things I'm gonna have to explain. A lot of things I'm gonna be doing. The Black Man's Bible is coming along real well. I have to state that. Now, let's get down to the nitty-gritty. How to identify, how to, find your alien position. And, what constellation, your soul comes from. Now, I would have to state, constellation, and inside the constellation you have star systems. So there's different star systems within each constellation. So if somebody was to ever mention to you or tell you that they're an alien, the first thing you should be asking them is, what constellation and what star system? If they cannot state that information, they're fucking retards talking out of their ass. Everything has literal backup, okay? Everything has a tangible backup. So, I'm gonna go into a little story about my homeboy and one of my very close niggas, and that's my nigga DNA Scientist. You dig what I'm saying? I don't be putting his name out there, but a lot of cats in New York know him. They done pressured him to do a lot of videos and lectures and whatnot, and he doesn't do that. I understand his position, but I had discovered the Master Guide thing about me several years ago. I didn't really start pressing on the fact until about maybe a year ago, because there was things that occurred that made me fully accept the scenario. I didn't really accept it at first. It's kind of wild that you're just researching some information and you find out that, your soul is from a specific constellation, star system, and you were sent here on a specific type of situation, gamma ray, and blah blah blah. Now, for me to find out all of those details is very rare. As in my homeboy scenario, he didn't find, or he has yet to find, the information stating on any arrival, on how he arrived, or if there was a specific ray or comet or whatever the case. And I say comet in relation to Malachi York's information and how he states he arrived here on a comet. Now, regardless, you're only going to find out this information about yourself, and I would have to state that this would be the pinnacle stage of knowledge of self. And it is important for us to know this now, stepping into this Aquarian age, and let it drill inside our psyche and our system so we can fully comprehend who we are, what our individual skills may be, and what our individual superpowers may be, as no superhero has the same attributes as the other. So, my homeboy DNA Scientist, we're on the phone one day talking, as we talk all the time, and we build on a multiplicity of different things, as me and you will be doing now because you're on the privatized side of the 720. Now, he stated to me through his research and through him meeting individuals, and you better watch out about certain individuals that you meet in this conscious shit, because some people are so intelligent that they've reached a level of insanity. Some people have their alien status so activated that they can't live inside the social means and mandates of what the world is at right now, our stage right now. And that's in relation to jobs or home furnishing or style of clothing or, social, common courtesy, social rules that we may have. The individuals who have too much of their alien activation, and I say too much because there's different degrees of it, and you have to have it in correlation with your flesh and how your flesh understands society. So, my man's ran into this woman that his sister introduced him to, and she was an insane quack, but her level of insanity was because her insanity and quackness came from an alien position. So it wasn't really insane quackness. What it really was a form of ADHD. You can't really pay attention to shit, but everything that you're saying is extremely highly intelligent and correct, but you may be flipping from subject to subject to subject. These individuals have their alien status is not in coherence with their flesh, like mine is, or like my niggas are. You know what I'm saying? Now, he mentioned to me that years ago he met this woman, and he only met her one time, and he went to her house and they talked for over 8 hours, and he showed her this book. She showed him this book, and the book was stating how to identify humans and what star system they come from. And in the book, they used a lot of Hollywood people as examples by their facial structure, their height, stature, and things of that nature. Was used as identification from what star system they came from. Not only that, but their activities, zodiac signs, so on and so forth. So my homeboy says he's from Aldebaran. I said, oh, okay, well, have you looked up this Aldebaran, which sounds like a Islamic word, which it is Arabic, okay? And he said, no, I looked it up. I said, well, then let's get to it. So he looks up Aldebaran. And Aldebaran is inside. Aldebaran is a star system, which is the brightest orange star, which is a planet inside the constellation of Tauri. What specific star system, I don't know. And the reason why I state this is because when you're looking at a constellation, you have to understand that each point that they use to draw out the symbol is each one of those the stars are a sun. So they usually have planets going around them on each point. Okay? So my man says, Aldebaran, okay, this is the planet in the Tauri star system. And just to remind people, this Aquarian situation, we are in the Tauri star system right now going around the Pleiadians. We're in the Tauri constellation going around the Pleiadian star system. Okay, that has a lot to deal with the photon light energy and the Milky Way situation that we're rolling into. So, it says, okay, Aldebaran, we've recognized it as a planet now. And it is a humongous planet. So, the next thing we Google is aliens from Aldebaran. I'm clicking on information and he's clicking on information at the same time. And the reason being is because you need a large amount of comparison and contrast so you can come to a summation. And the only reason you can come to a logical summation is when you got 5 to 7 sources which are different but stating the same type of thing, and 3 if you want to go down to a minimum. So we look at the scenario, right, and we study Aldebaran. We say aliens from Aldebaran. Now, aliens from Aldebaran helped out the Nazis during World War II. Helped the Nazis build the UFOs during World War II. Now, as this is my niggas, so just like my other niggas who end up all being Geminis, we talk about all subjects, everything from finances to decor to styles of cars to female problems in biology. We talk about every single subject that is recognizable to the eyes and comprehensible by the brain. That's all there is to it, okay? We share books with each other. We tell each other to get these type of books. Have you heard of this author? We mandate that each other study certain shit, okay? And it's all dealing with the importance of our individual characters and build up, or business and financial structure, and that's it. That's all we build on. So when we thoroughly understand that the aliens were getting down during World War II and doing high science with the scientists, we also understand that during World War II, the Nazis did a lot of blood science, did a lot of blood work. Okay? And that was correlated to a lot of things that happened in the camps, and experimentation done on the Jews. Okay? So we stand back and look at the scenario. Now we look at him in comparison to this information. Here's a black man who is a real nigga, street nigga, got it in his blood, who has sat himself down and self-taught. He taught himself the German language. He's fluent in German language. This black man is around 40-something years old. Fluent. And he taught himself how to speak German before any Rosetta Stone, before the computer was even out. He knew how to speak this language. Fluent, black man. Never was taught by a school or anything. He did that out of his own intuition. As I stated, he is also a DNA scientist. And he studied and put himself in that position. He did not go through any form of school or university in order to understand blood science, study the DNA, and then become a internationally known and accredited scientist on DNA and blood. And he does paternity tests through the blood. Okay? So, with this being stated, now, the aliens from Aldebaran were fucking around with the Nazis during World War II. That was in the 1940s. My homie wasn't born until the 1970s. So, what is it about him that let him study German and let him study the blood sciences? It's because this nigga has the soul of an alien from the planet of Aldebaran. Metaphysics, simple science, it equals out. That's just what it is. Okay? Not only that, his level of class and demeanor and the people he's been around and the things he's experienced in life would also put him in the same seat of alien existence and mental power. That's just his story. And it was a simple lineup. Okay? Because we all understand that in this game there are no coincidences. Now you all should know my scenario and how I found out I was a master guide, and I will give you the details on that on another video. But for right now, you need to understand that the continuing study in this information on your own, you will run into this information as he has. He ran into this information by building with a lady who told him that he was from Aldebaran from a book that she had and was able to study the literature of how to identify humans and what star system they come from. Okay? And that was years ago. And he never studied Aldebaran until we were on the phone that day. But due to the fact that he remembered her saying Aldebaran years ago, the nigga done been through plenty of shit since that time and still kept it in his psyche, is more evidence to the fact that the man has a soul, which is an alien from the planet of Aldebaran in the Tauri constellation. That's it. So, for you to understand, and this is also the same with Venus, okay? My girl, who is from the planet Cygnus, okay? From the constellation of Cygnus. Me, I'm from the constellation of Aquila, the Altarian star system. My homegirl Venus, you know, my roommate, my whatever you want to call her, you know what I'm saying? My everything over here, you dig what I'm saying? she's the mother goose, and that's what the star system of Cygnus is. You see, not only that, she has a combination of the three major civilizations, which is the Angkor, Cambodia, the Kemet, and the Mayan, who all have stone figures, alignments with the constellation of Cygnus, as it being the mother goose. So I'll go in on her situation later on. We gonna, keep it running. We're gonna keep it running. Let me go to another video.